Hillsborough High School's student newspaper, The Red and Black, has a history of running controversial stories. However, in their October issue, an article about the achievement gap between minority and white students was pulled by their principal, Dr. William Orr, who claimed it was an embarrassment to students. Though Orr declined to comment on his decision, and despite the fact that recent court rulings have placed principals in the role of publishers, this act of censorship has sparked a maelstrom of controversy.
We are a 71% minority school, and currently only 39% of us can read according to the FCAT scores from last year. FCAT scores were significantly lower for minority students, and we just explored why that was, what the administration is planning to do about that, and I actually interviewed a student who had to retake the FCAT, so we had that perspective.
Hillsborough High School has a staff and an advisor consistently willing to tackle difficult issues in the Red and Black.
I was actually open to the idea. We cover a lot of mature topics here, a lot of news, as I like to call it, and this is a very important news story. They're high school students, they're mature, and they can handle mature decisions. This is news, this is real life. These are kids who understand the complexity of life, and we should challenge them to write about those things and explore them.
We had two whole pages devoted to the sex offenders that live within 1 mile, and we actually printed every single one of their pictures on the page. We've criticized the school board in an editorial, and Dr. Orr wrote a letter kind of opposing that editorial, or at least saying that it's not the school's view. So he did let that run, and so pretty much everything controversial in the past, Dr. Orr has let run.
While the staff of the Red and Black are dismayed at the censorship, they are pleased that their principal's actions have brought more attention to the achievement gap.
It's definitely gotten a lot more coverage than I thought it ever would have. It's been in the Tampa Tribune, the St. Pete Times. I heard it was on 97X. I think it's a positive thing because although we were not allowed to run the story in our paper, it's been run in the St. Pete Times and other papers that obviously have a larger distribution than the Red and Black. And while most of the stories talked about the censorship, it did spark some story about the actual achievement gap. So I think all the coverage is a positive thing.
Rachel Collins, Fox 13 Magazine.